Hey guys, Doug B here. Now, there seems to be the same questions that come up time after time after time. That may be because there's new people coming on, but I figured it was time to make a frequently asked questions video. There are just some things about the Tone Master Pro that are confusing until you get used to working with it and are familiar with the unit. Even then, sometimes we need a refresher on how everything works because there is a lot to remember here. Alrighty then, let's get into my top 10 frequently asked questions. Question number 1. I just got a Tone Master Pro and I'm trying to connect it to my computer, but it doesn't show up when I start the Pro Control app. Well, due to the methodology that Fender used when they created the Tone Master Pro, you always have to remember to update the firmware first before using the Pro Control app. If your firmware is old, the Pro Control app will not recognize your Tone Master Pro. Now this has confused and frustrated many new owners of the Tone Master Pro. For some of these folks, this is the first time they've ever had to deal with doing something like a firmware update, and that can be a scary proposition at first. They just want to be able to plug it in and have it work. Now maybe at some point Fender can change the software so that the Pro Control app can work with out-of-date firmware, but it'll just flash a message every now and then saying, please update your firmware. We can only hope. Question number 2. I'm trying to do a firmware update, but I keep getting a message saying that the file is corrupted. Well, this happens when you double-click on the firmware file. It is not an executable file, so when you click on it and try to run it, that's when you get the error. Now, back when I worked in IT, this is what we called user error. There's a specific set of instructions that you are supposed to follow when you do a firmware update, but people don't bother to read the instructions. They just double-click the file and then they get this error. The instructions go like this. 1. Connect the Tone Master Pro to your computer with the included USB-C cable. 2. If your computer isn't turned on, turn it on now. 3. Download the firmware file, which is named tonemasterpro.firmwareversion.img. An IMG file is a disk image file. It contains a backup of the file system, the operating system, and all the necessary data. Number 4. Turn on your Tone Master Pro while holding down the update button, which is a little button located just to the left of the headphone jack on the back of the unit. Hold this button in until the Fender logo pops on the screen of the Tone Master Pro. Number 5. At this point, if you look at your computer screen, you should have a new icon labeled Fender Amp. What you need to do is take your mouse and drag the IMG file on top of this new icon. Number 6. Your Tone Master Pro will display an Applying Updates message. Do not turn off the Tone Master Pro until you get the Update Complete message. Number 7. When the Update Complete message flashes on your Tone Master Pro, turn your Tone Master Pro off and then turn it back on again to finish the update procedure. That's it. Try out your Tone Master Pro, and if it doesn't seem to be working right, restart it again. If you're still having problems, redo the firmware update. Sometimes that catches whatever issues you might be having. Question number 3. My Tone Master Pro and my phone work together for months with no problems. But today I turned on my Tone Master Pro and I can't get to it from my phone. I didn't change anything. What happened? Well, this is related to question number 1. The problem is you have automatic updates turned on your phone, and the Pro Control app updated itself before you were able to do a firmware update. Of course, this means now the Pro Control app and your Tone Master Pro are out of sync, even though technically you didn't do anything. Now there are 2 ways to solve this. Either turn off automatic updates on your phone and do the updates manually, or when this problem occurs, do a firmware update and everything will be in sync again. By the way, even though I was just mentioning phone, this also applies to tablets, basically any mobile device. Question number 4. I have a preset set up with 4 scenes and 4 effects. Everything works, but if I turn on an effect in one scene, switch to another scene, and then go back to the first scene, the effect I turned on is still active. I want the effect to be off when I go back to the first scene. What can I do? Alright, these are the foot switches for a preset pretty much just like the question has. There are 4 scenes down here along the bottom, and then there are 4 effects along the top. So what they're saying is if you start one scene and then turn on an effect, go to a different scene, and then come back to the first scene, that effect is still on, and they don't want it on. There's a fairly recent update that Fender added to the Tone Master Pro called Scene Change Behavior. There are 2 options, maintain changes and discard changes. The default is maintain changes. So what you want to do is go up to Global Settings, click on it, go to Foot Switch, click on it. See, Scene Change Behavior right now is set to maintain changes. What you want to do is change that to discard changes. Go back, and now this time we will choose this scene, turn on the same effect, choose another scene, go back to the first scene, and the effect is not on. So now if you turn on an effect in a scene, go out of that scene and then come back, your scene will go back to its original setting. Question number 5. How do you get your pedals to go to another line underneath? I have to scroll to the right to see pedals farther down the chain. So this is the situation they're talking about. If you want to see all the pedals in this chain, you have to scroll over to the right. So how would we fix that? Go to Global Settings, right here, Wraparound Signal Path, turn it on. Go back, and just like that, your signal path now winds around and you do not have to scroll to the right to see it. This feature was also added recently. Question number 6. I've downloaded some presets that are using 8 scenes, and I can't get the scenes to show up on my foot switches. I have to switch scenes on the Tone Master Pro's touchscreen. What they mean is they can only access 6 of the scenes via the foot switches, and then they have to use the touchscreen to get to the other 2. So what can be done about that? Well, what you'd want to do is go up here, click on Global Settings, click on Foot Switch, click on Foot Switch Mode Effects, change it from 6 effects to 8 effects, go back, and you are good to go. Question number 7. Will Fender be releasing a smaller version of the Tone Master Pro? Will they be adding more vocal effects? Will they make MIDI available over USB? Guys, I have absolutely no insight into Fender's strategy for the Tone Master Pro. To answer another frequently asked question, no, I am not a Fender employee. I'm just a guy who really likes the Tone Master Pro and likes to make videos about it. Question number 8. I want to place the FX loops anywhere in my preset, but I can't do that with FX loops 1 and 2. Why? Well, FX loops 1 and 2 are analog only, and therefore can only be at the very beginning of the signal path. They can't be moved because, well, they're analog and they're fixed in position. FX loops 3 and 4 are digital, and you can put them anywhere. By the way, the Tone Master Pro is the only modeler that has analog FX loops. Question number 9. I'm making a preset and I want to add some more effects, but the ones I want are grayed out. Is there something wrong with my Tone Master Pro? If an effect or an amp is grayed out, it means that there isn't enough memory left to add that particular block. For instance, take a look at this preset. You cannot add any more amps at all. It's done. And if we go to effects, you can still see that there are some effects that you can't add. The reason being is that I am using an amp with a convolution reverb, which uses a lot of CPU. Now, if you're not planning on using one of the convolution reverbs, you might want to look into using amp-only models. See, this guy right here is the full 65 Deluxe Reverb Blonde No Bright Cap model. So what we could do is replace it with the 65 Deluxe Reverb Blonde amp-only model. So click there, click confirm. Now if we want to add something else, there's amps that can be added. And there aren't any effects that are grayed out until we get down to, there we get the Antarctic Sustainer, the 65 spring reverb convolution, the polygon octave shifter, and that's it. So we went from not being able to add any more amps and a lot of effects to being able to add almost all effects and some more amps just from changing it from the 65 Deluxe Reverb Blonde to the 65 Deluxe Reverb Blonde amp only model. Question number 10. Is there an easy way to level my presets so that my volume stays consistent when I switch presets? The easiest method that I found is to check your preset volume using the output mixer. For example, if I take this preset, go up here and click on Global Settings, go down here to Mixer, and then look at the levels when I play. It's hitting just above -20 dB. So if I use that as my benchmark, and then for instance, if I check this preset and we go to the mixer and I strum, see, that one isn't quite as strong. So I would go back, then go to preset settings. I would go to preset volume. Let's try this at 70% or so. Go back again. Global settings, mixer. Yep, a little bit more. Go back, preset settings, preset volume. Let's bring it up to, let's try 85%. Go back again, global settings, mixer, strum. Okay, now we can bring it down just a little bit. Then go back, preset settings, preset volume. Let's drop it down to 80%. Global settings. Now click on mixer. Still just a little bit too loud. So let's go and bring it down to 75% and try that. So then you'd hit save, and now check it against the benchmark preset. Now I would say that those levels are matched. And that's what you need to do, is go back and forth between your presets until they're all matched. Like for me, if they're all at -20 dB, that would be perfect. Well, there you have it, folks. My top 10 frequently asked questions. Now, I hope this video helped some of you out, especially you folks that are still just getting used to working with the ToneMaster Pro. If I can help to lower your frustration level, then I have accomplished my goal with this video. Now, I'd like to know, do you have any other questions that you think should be in the frequently asked questions file? Drop me a line in the comments. And if you're still here, thank you so much for stopping by and sticking around. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, drop me a line down here, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Now, next week we will be having all new content for the ToneMaster Pro. You don't want to miss that. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, have a fantastic week. Try to stay cool, and I will be talking with you again next Wednesday.